Hello, my name's Charlie. I believe you think I'm the Ripper, Pemby. Well, you'll never know, will ya?
Hey guys, welcome to PEMBY'S Gaming. Now I just had to do another Jack the Ripper video because I've been absolutely obsessed with the whole story since the documentary we watched last year. So I just had to take another virtual walk down Bucks Row. This time though, I want to go more into the condition of Polly Nichols' mutilated, albeit concealed wounds made to an abdominal area which both Robert Paul and Charles Lechmere were not able to see because of her clothing concealing the damage. The question is, why would Jack the Ripper go to the trouble of mutilating her, then go out of his way to cover her back up again? In my honest opinion, this is the possible scenario that I see. Okay, if you imagine Jack the Ripper killed her, then Charles Lechmere found her, then he would have found Polly in a right old mess, wouldn't he? Surely. This is why I believe Charles Lechmere had two choices. One, run off, or two, bluff it out and cover her up because he knew someone was coming. Because after all, if he had said to Robert Paul, come and have a look at this woman, and she was in a bad condition, i.e. her full wounds on display, then I think Robert Paul would not have been very calm after someone casually said, come and have a look at this woman. You imagine it. What would you do if someone said that, and was very casual about it, considering seeing her in a bad way like that? I would try and get away and get the police involved, and my heart would be pounding. I'm not frightened to admit I'd probably be shitting myself, because it would seem so suspicious how this man was acting. All you have to do is put yourself into the shoes of Robert Paul, This scenario was not the case though, because I think Lechmere covered up his work back up, he covered her up, so Paul would not panic in any way, right? You picture the scene. After all this though, they both checked her out, and it is obvious to me why Lechmere didn't want to prop her up. A little matter of her nearly severed head would become obvious if the body was moved, don't you think? Robert Paul of course didn't know this, so that's why he suggested moving her. Correct me if I'm wrong on these points, alright? Since June 2020, when I saw the Missing Evidence documentary, I've been so fascinated by the Ripper murders because for the first time a realistic suspect was made known to me. After all, he's the only suspect definitely at the scene of one of the murders, one of the Ripper murders. Since then, all I see is illogical arguments against the Lechmere theory, as though certain people absolutely do not want Lechmere to be a prime suspect, because it could mean the whole Ripper mystery getting solved once and for all. Not good news for those who make good business out of the whole Jack the Ripper mystery, if you ask me. So they do absolutely everything to discredit this theory. I'm sick of hearing Charles Cross on his way to work by experts who know for certain Cross was not his birth name. It was just an alias he used because his mother was married to Thomas Cross, a police officer, who incidentally was long dead at this time. And I also find that most discreditors happen to have an impending book release, and of course their book says something very different. It's typical. I don't set out to offend anyone, right, with this video, and my reasons for this whole opinion of Lechmere being the killer is born out of logical facts that, I'm not blind. Rather than unsolvable suspects that just sell lots of books. I am involved in various Jack the Ripper groups and have met some great people, and the discussions have been very interesting, and most disagree. Well, that comes as expected. I would like to thank though the House of Lechmere for their great research, and in particular Edward Stowe, and putting up with me, sending messages and video content, and for the responding to my messages. I'm just curious about this, and I want this to be no longer a mystery. I have nothing to gain financially by pushing my opinion out there, but in this video I've mentioned one point about poor old Polly and the condition which she was observed by the two men, and I'm not suggesting Lechmere did all the others, even though there's a very good chance that he could have done. He fits the bill so much when considering what we know about him in general, serial killer behaviour. That's what, it's not hard to see that, So anyway, this has been another virtual walk down Bucks Row, and thanks to Hooks for this. I'll leave his channel linked in the description. He makes some great 3D Jack the Ripper related stuff. I'm able to do this on my computer, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.